Welcome back to Speaking from the Heart with Michael Ward. I wanted to talk this week about what does it mean to me to be a Black gay artist and how do I face rejection. I'm not really sure if I can answer everything in this short amount of time, but I'm gonna go for it. So, in all good stories, let's just start at the beginning. How did I get bit by the acting bug? That's a really great story. Like my first time ever being on stage that I remember was in elementary school. I played Benjamin Banneker in a African American history assembly. And if you don't know who Benjamin Banneker is, definitely look him up. He's really influential in Black history. And if you're in DC, you can definitely check out the exhibit. It's really beautiful at the National Museum of History and Culture. It's something to behold. If you haven't been to the museum in general, please visit it. There's so much that's there. But I remember being on that stage and there was like electricity was flowing through my body and it just felt like I was somebody else. I don't know who I was, and even myself I was shocked, like, who was that? Now I maybe had two lines because I don't think I could memorize as much as I can now, but I remember like them two lines I practiced so hard, and I'm smiling right now if you aren't watching me because I'm getting all gummy about it because I wanted to do it again. I didn't want to get off the stage, and I've continued to do it. So I think that was like the moment when I was like, "Ooh, yeah, that felt good. Let's do that again." So I've been fortunate to continue to do it decades later and still love it. I think that's something that's really, really important as I go through this journey. I can't express how much you have to love this because there is being an actor and then there's the business and everything else that comes with it. And a part of the business of acting is, of course, auditioning and going in to get the job. That's kind of how I look at it. And rejection is a part of it. Like, I used to really be fearful of auditioning and not feeling the most confident and the most comfortable at going in a room and showing people what I can do, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because the first part of getting on the stage a lot of times is that audition. And so I'm going in there and I'm nervous and I'm scared and all of these things to do it. And then when I get on stage, there's still that electricity that comes through me. Not to say that I'm not nervous, but it's a different kind of nervousness that I found when it goes to auditioning. And some people absolutely love it. I've had to work myself to a place to get to love to auditioning. And I will be like out of pocket if I didn't thank one of my many acting coaches over the years that always reminded me that going in the room, they want you there because that makes your job, that makes their job easier because they're looking to hire you. They're not looking to belittle you or put you down or anything like that, but they're looking for that person out of maybe 100 folks that they're seeing that day to go in there and knock it out the park and to show up and give a unbelievably good performance. So I've had to change my perspective on that, with that being the first piece. And second, that this is another day that I get to do something that I love to do. There's so much that we go through every day that we don't like to do. But this is another day that I get to do something that I love to do, and I get to show it off for people, and hopefully I get the job. But if I don't, I get to walk out of the room and say that I did the best that I could do, and I love to do it, and I can't wait till I get to do it again. So it's taken me years to get to that place, to be real with y'all. It's taken me years to that. And even when I don't get parts or I don't get the role or I'm an understudy, things like that, it hurts. It really does hurt because I wanted to be that character. I wanted the job, but it's a part of the business side of it. And that makes the yes so much sweeter. Let me tell you, when you get that yes and you get on the stage or in front of the camera, you just it's that electricity feeling that's again to it as I'm smiling again because I miss it. One of the things that I'm like has affected me so much in COVID is being on the stage. It's great acting in this very room that I'm shooting this in. And I've been able to continue to use my gifts and be of service to people. But I miss being on that stage. And what does it mean to me to be a Black gay artist? I mean, I view myself as an actor, as an artist, first. I'm Black, of course, and I choose to invite people into my life as being gay. And so I view myself as an actor first that is in love with the craft of acting. And it's something that I'm continuously working on. No matter how many roles I've done or whatever that I've done in the past, I continue to work on it and staying in class and sharpening the tools as an actor. So, what does it mean to me as a Black gay actor that gets to play some of these roles? I mean, I've played characters that are straight, but when I get to play a character who is Black and gay, as I've been fortunate to do a lot of times, is I feel a truthfulness to it that I don't know how to explain. Um, it's just that I know reading the lines on that page that that person has been in my life, that in some ways I can connect to the character. Like the first time that I read Danye R. Love's 1 and 2, I remember talking to executive director of CNP, Charles Stevens, and I was like, I had to set it down on my lunch break because I was crying, because I know these stories and I know these people. And these are the conversations that me and my tribe we have that aren't necessarily about living with HIV and it's the stigma or it's the shame that we feel a lot of times. It's just the conversation about men, about love, about relationships, about life, about our dreams, about our joys, things that make us happy. There are those conversations that I have about being a person living with HIV, about the trauma and all of those things. But I want to focus a lot of times on the fullness of life. And that's just not the bad stuff. I want to make room for the joy. So that's a part of what it means to me of being a Black gay artist. And as well, I'm fortunate to be able to use my gift to be of service. I get to entertain people for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, that hopefully they walk in feeling a way and somebody can leave with a different perspective. Arts is such a powerful tool, you know, and I love it. I love being an artist, and I also now have just been thinking about what my legacy will be in these parts that I play and the things that people will see me in the future when I'm long gone. What does that mean that I've been able to bring a character to life, you know, and say the words and walk in their shoes? What does that mean for generations from me? Generations that will come after me. Just as I've been inspired by those who came before me, I'm now a part of that. And I don't take that lightly at all. And I don't take it lightly that I get to do something that I love to do. As an adult, having to do a lot of things that I don't want to do just to keep these bills paid, right? So I hope that that's just a part of answering your question, and I hope that I've answered it well for you all, and that you have got a little bit of insight for what it means to me to be on this journey through my life. So continue to leave the beautiful messages and the comments. That's me in there. That's in me trying to respond to as many of you all as I can, and me speaking from my heart. So thank you again for showing up and liking and telling friends about this and subscribing to CNP TV. I hope you'll come back. And until I see you again the next time, please be safe. I hope that you are loved. And as always, be good to yourself. Talk to you later.